Hi, this is my video on why I don't make videos anymore. I made a lot of videos. I have near 200 videos that nobody's ever seen because I've never uploaded them. And I don't go online much anymore at all because I'm just happier that way. Mostly when I see YouTube, it's just people complaining. When I go seek out the content of stuff that I used to like, I'm like, yeah, I don't like anything anymore. Somebody gave me their Netflix code, and when I checked into Netflix, I was like, yeah, I don't. This like the same as it was before. There's nothing any good. I don't like any of the Netflix comedy specials. Nothing. Like, it's all shit. And I was like, well, thanks for giving me your Netflix code, but I don't even need to. I don't. I'm not gonna watch it. So you can change your password, whatever you want to do, because I'm not gonna watch Netflix. I don't need it. I don't have any streaming services. When I do go to YouTube, I'm like, oh, where's that? Is that song or that old thing that I remember? Is that on YouTube for free? And then I find it, and sometimes maybe I just grab the MP3 audio version only, but it's never a podcast. When I check in on like podcasts, not even the ones I watched, but I was like, oh, here's this podcast that I remember, and they're just complaining about the same stuff that they complained about before. It seems like nobody likes the new stuff because the heavy-handed, agenda-driven messages are terrible. And I mean, the only thing, like, I just don't need to make content anymore. If I made anything, I would just focus on making a movie, and it would be about a man and a woman falling in love, and really nothing bad would happen to them. You would just get to watch them fall in love. It would be like Romance Simulator the movie, and then I would make that. And I would really only need two people. I would need the two leads, and I would only cast two people that were already a couple, and then I would make the movie with them, and they would fall in love inside of some kind of cosplay-clips dystopia or something where everything's all cool and day-glow and neon like everything's being made anyway. And I would just make my dystopian love story, and I would let them be together at the end and give them a happy ending, and I wouldn't even cast any other people. I would just have two people who live in the middle of nowhere, and they meet the last man and woman on earth, and they fall in love, and that's all that it would be. And I'd give them a happy ending, and I'd block out the whole world around because I'm just like, everything sucks. Like, I treat thrift stores and Goodwills as my video store because basically for the price of a rental when we had video stores, I own the DVD and I never have to go back. You know what I mean? Like, I never have to bring anything back. I mean, like, if you get something from a Redbox, you gotta bring it back. Why can't you just put Redbox stuff in the mail? That'd be better. My life is better without, complaining about things. Like, here, I'm gonna find another funny way to be sly and witty and quippy about complaining about pop culture meltdown. I don't even care anymore, one of the things I saw the last time I was on a computer, like most recently, over the last couple of weeks, was people hate Kevin Smith's He-Man. And I was like, wow, it just sounds like all the others. It's just, same old, nothing's new, just keep plowing ahead. So, I'm sorry I don't make content. I mean, at some point, I realized, like, oh, I just have an open mic for 12 people because no matter what I do, it gets messed with so terribly. Like, oh, here's another mass as I go towards 3,000 subscribers, here's another mass exodus in the click of a button where 500 people unsubscribed all at once, and all the problems that I complained about, which are the same things a lot of people complained about. Oh, look at this, 35 people unwatched my video all at the same time. Where's the unwatch button? How do you unwatch something? And I just, if you're somebody who's watching this, you're probably one of the two people that puts up my old content. You know that you don't get views for putting up my old videos. I don't know that it's me so much as it's just, not that I think my stuff's any good, but it's just like, I talk about stuff that other people talk about and they get views, but when I do it, forget it. It's like invisible. I've had more other YouTubers shit on me in their videos than ever said anything nice. And I just don't feel like complaining, you know what I mean? Like, it's just better to just, like, there's nothing for me to watch online. There's nothing for me to watch on YouTube. It's just people complaining about stuff. Unless I remember something like, oh yeah, I wonder if that's there. And then I'm like, oh cool, it is. I'm gonna clip grab this, and I take it offline, and then I just, you know, put it on my external hard drive of like old, you know, things, like, you know, like it's almost like nostalgia, I guess you would say. Like, oh, I want to clip grab that, you know, before it gets deleted from the history. So yeah, that's, in short, that's why I don't make content. So I just have this like shitty channel I put up, and I tapped a couple people on the shoulders. So if you're seeing this and you have no idea who I am or what it is that I do, that's okay, because I don't plan on making any more videos for this channel. If I was going to make anything, it would be short films, and, you know, if I was in them as Future Scott or whatever, I probably would be minimal talking. You would just watch me like, it's Future Scott in the cosplay clips, and it's like Mr. Bean where he doesn't say anything and he just scavenges car seats for cigars and, you know, wanders around Halloween clearing skeletons and stuff. Like, that's all I did do a couple things like that I don't think anybody's seen. But I kept making videos for a while, and I have like 100+ videos, and some of them are like hours long, like part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5, and each one's an hour long. So I did do some really long, you know, videos, and I said like it's probably near 200 that nobody has seen, and I really only care if like if I would give them this off and champion, as long as you didn't put them up, like send me, you know, like a thumb drive or something, and I will give you as many videos as fit on it. Because at some point I realized I was just making videos for like 12 people, and that was like my open mic room. Like, hey, they always come back to the room on Wednesday night or whatever it is, and then I open mic for them, and I put my faux camel hair tunic and my, you know, road warrior shoulder pads on, and I complain about the world. I mean, if I did another podcast, it might as well have been called I Told You So, the podcast, because it was just like, remember what I said years ago on my old podcast? Yeah, now we're living that. Here's that. It's just like, you know, full steam ahead with all the stuff I complained about. I just don't feel like complaining anymore. So this is as much complaining, you know, as I feel like I have in me. And at some point my videos were, I'm like, my heart's just not in this anymore, to just keep complaining about these things and figure out a witty way to talk about Pope Skeletor at the head of Snake Mountain, and, you know, like all the stuff I used to talk about. Movies with sky portals, and like everybody else complains about a lot of the same things I do, or so it would seem. Because, of course, like most people don't like the things that were being given as pop culture. And that's when I had my channel, Man Without a Pop Culture. But now I really am a man without a pop culture. Like the last good movie I saw, I didn't even pay for. It was a free DVD, and it was Joe versus the Volcano. And I never saw that movie in the 80s. It's like from 1987 or something, probably. And I saw Joe versus the Volcano, and I don't even like Tom Hanks. And I was like, this is a good movie. And I'm like, it just made me think, like, yeah, if this is a good movie, which I thought it was, how shitty are movies now? And they suck. I don't even want to see anything just from trailers. The Black Widow movie came out. I'm like, yeah, that sounds really boring for me. Just go watch a real spy movie or something, like an old one. Why does it matter if it's connected to superheroes? Why do people like superheroes so much? Let them be dead. Hero virtue is destroyed. It's all about ugliness. Concepts of beauty are destroyed. You know, like, everybody hates the postmodern deconstruction of things, because most people, most of the planet, are men and women, and they want things where they want the men to be men and they want the women to be women, and not in a derogatory. And people are inherently good, so they're willing to change the things when they see the flaws. But instead, what you have is a small percentage of weirdos, and everything's being made for those people, and in my opinion, it's to mold and shape the sensibilities of young people. No, we must saturate all your media with all this same shit, so that people growing up with it will think, well, this is how things are, and this is how we're supposed to be. And I don't even think it's working with them, because men and women, you know, boys and girls or whatever, are, it's just like, you know, you can't, people hate all the stuff. Like, people hate, you know, He-Man, about lesbian Tila. Nobody wants to see that shit, no matter who's making it. Nobody wants that stuff. People want to see, you know, the director's personal vision and not how the studio edited the thing. You know what I mean? Like, is that where we're headed now? Like, we want to see the Suicide Squad movie that was the original director's vision. Everybody likes the Snyder cut of Justice League or whatever. It's all shit. Why do you like Batman so much? Why do people like Batman so much? It's so dumb. I hate Batman. The Joker is dumb. Why? Why do you like that? I don't know. The stuff that people... I'm the mammal of pop culture. You know, it's the easiest thing to give people what they want, and, you know, and they would like it, but you can't, you know, like, post-consumer society, they don't care what you want. They're giving you what you're going to get to mold and shape everyone to live the same way. And it's okay that you don't like any of the content, as long as you just stop watching. Just don't care anymore. But, you know, like, it's all shit. Like, everything's, you know, about the Blood Drinkers Club and everything's terrible. So my life is better when I don't check in with online to remember that I still hate everything. It's not getting any better. But a really good thing slipped through. You didn't see this, did you? No, I didn't see the good stuff too. Is there anything? How does anybody make money making a movie that people would want to see when everybody just passes around stuff for free, or gets it illegally booted, or it gets cancel cultured out? Like, oh, somebody made a thing and everybody likes it. Well, cancel culture it, because it's not about women imitating the worst behaviors of men, and all the men aren't evil. I mean, I've seen a lot of... It's all shit. You know what I mean? Like, I've seen a lot of shit over the years, and that's what made me the mammal out of pop culture. I'm like, I can't... I hate all this stuff. It's just junk. So I don't know. I can't keep talking. I don't really have anything else to say, other than I just wanted to say, I'm sorry I don't make content anymore, but I just don't feel like complaining about things. If I do make any, like, the video making bug and the instant gratification of making something, like all the comments, like, on my channel, like, were pretty smart, you know? Like, I was like, wow, like, what a really cool thought. So I liked the comments on my channel, even though I didn't respond to them a lot of time. So that was my motivation even for this video, because I was like, you know, I saw the thing that said, come back, Scott, make more videos. So I'm just making a video to explain to you why I don't make videos anymore, even though I did make a lot of stuff that you never saw. And it's not that it's bad, it's not really any different than the stuff I did before that you liked, but I don't even feel like putting it up. I'm like, what's the point? Not because it's not going to get the views. I know that. I was resigned to that a long time ago. I said, I don't know if the two of you have saved that video, but I used to say years ago, I said, I think YouTube's not going to be fun anymore, and they're going to take away all the freedoms and liberties that you have with making a YouTube video about whatever you want, which they did do. So I just want to say whatever I want now while I can. So I did. So I kind of like shot my wad, and now I'm taking a nap. And I don't think, you know, like, if I make anything, I will tap you on the shoulder in your comment section and say, hey, I made something for you, Soften and Champion. And, you know, and Supernome and Douche and a couple other people. And, you know, and then nobody will see that either, even if it's really good. Because it won't. But, you know, I want to make stuff like I do. Like, I really had fun making stuff, and now more than ever I like the idea of, like, making something and editing it. Maybe I'll just make some kind of a short film or a movie, some kind of future Scott thing is the easiest thing to do, because I have so many props for it, and I'll get out of here. If I made anything, it would just be a movie that was a love story of, you know, like, two people fall in love, and I would cast a real life couple as the leads, and then I wouldn't even have other people in it. I would just have the two of them. And you're like, it's the last man and woman on earth, and they fall in love.